All right, what's up, everybody? December 17th and 18th, I will be at the West Palm Beach Improv. Tickets are almost sold out, so go there. I'm coming to Florida. Freedom, baby. I love it. December 26th to the 31st, co-headlining with Sal Volcano, Sally Babes. We're going to have a great time. We'll be in Texas, Missouri, and Ohio. Get the tickets. And then Chrissy Theaters, everybody. Hashtag CTE. The tour begins January 29th at the Borgata. Go check out all the cities. January 14th, 15th, we're going to be in Austin, Texas, too, at the Vulcan Gas Company. We're going to have a good time. So go to ChristyComedy.com, also Patreon.com/ChristyComedy for all the content. The Chris and Eddie show we just put out is fantastic. And TT Jerry's Bucket List show at Patreon.com/ChristyComedy. I mean, if you want to feel good for the holidays, just watch this show because the one that we're putting out this week is amazing. We bought TT a car, and it's just, you're going to cry, you're going to jerk off. It's good. It's good. You're going to laugh and come. Patreon.com/ChristyComedy, ChristyComedy.com for tickets. Listen, if you're looking for a last-minute Christmas gift, buy someone tickets to the shows. Why the hell not? I would like to receive that. My mother bought me tickets to my own show because she forgot that it was Christmas. She forgot about her only child. All right, man. I want to eat so bad. I'm going to eat whole wheat pizza. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Chrissy Chaos, coming to you live from the sunroom. Homeless Pimp is back there. He's got on a red shirt because he's in the Christmas spirit. And I brought in my guest all the way from Delaware. Now he lives in New York City. He's not wearing socks. As soon as he came in, he took a shit in my guest bathroom. Ian Fidance, everybody.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me on. I had to bless you with a little Delaware doozy.
Yeah,
Delaware dookie.
Delaware doozy.
Right when I walked in.
That's the merch. That's your merch. Delaware doozy, and it's a turd with your face on it.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah. So... And then also we got this is my man Jeremy from Cartel Hair Studio in Soho.
Nice. I love it.
So what can you do? Listen, Ian, by the way, he smells good, Jeremy. By the way, he's got green hair. He's not an Antifa, I don't think, but we'll find out. Dude, I'm so happy to get you on the pod. You're a bisexual.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's get into it. Like a man's ass. Let's jump right in.
No, because I've said on the podcast many times that I don't think it was possible for a man to be bisexual. A woman goes bisexual, and I get that. You know, everyone has gay experiences, whatever. But a man, I thought, once you're with a guy, you're gay. But
Common
you're saying,
misconception.
Thank you. Explain it.
Just because I fix a toilet, that don't make me a plumber.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need a plumber after the doozy you just dropped. How did you like the Thanksgiving, the reindeer Christmas decorations we have?
Loved it. It really made me feel like I'm in a home because you have space to put those decorations away.
Yes.
Each season.
Yeah, and you share that you have the honor of the only people that use that guest bathroom are the guests.
Yes.
The Homeless Pimp and TT Jerry.
Wow.
Our transgender friend from the show.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I got to say, TT Jerry, quite a looker.
You like TT?
That's my look.
Is that your type in a man? Truthfully,
in a trans woman, anyone that looks like a Dominican basketball player, I'm into.
Well,
that's what I like.
Yeah. So you say that what you can go, you now have a girlfriend, and you could fully see the rest of your life with this woman, and that's fine.
Yes. I mean, look, being with dudes, I feel like was my like Bowie phase. You know, like. It's kind of like, when you're in a diet, you kind of want to have a cheat day with dick sometimes.
Right,
and,
exactly.
It doesn't mean you blew your diet. When was your first unless the guy's name was Diet. What?
When was your first male kiss?
My first male kiss?
As a matter of fact, you know what? Diet. Dye my hair. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, when was your first male kiss?
Well, I got to tell you, my first male kiss wasn't until my 20s, but my first male thing was from like 11 to 22, 23.
Wow.
Me and this dude at a secret thing. It was like suburban Brokeback Mountain. We'd hook up and then fight each other in public.
Brokeback Mountain in Delaware.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was wild.
Oh,
but
man.
we would never kiss because that's fucking gay. We would just blow each other behind a public school at night and then be like, get out of here.
Yeah. Wait a minute. So you guys were blowing each other at 11?
Yeah.
Wow.
No. 11 was hand job over the pants behind the utility shed at the grade school, and then
outside the Stop and Shop.
Blowing happened later. And then kissing was with a different guy in like, I think my 20s.
Well, that's interesting.
My first like whatever was with a trans woman, and then I kiss a guy.
You know what's interesting too, and again, I would probably feel, and it's just I don't know, but hopefully you can answer it. I think I might feel gayer kissing a guy on the mouth than blowing him.
Yes.
I would feel less gay giving a guy a blowjob than it.
Yes.
Did you feel the same?
Totally.
Like
Kissing is way more intimate.
Right.
Than
a blowing.
And it's like sometimes I'd be with a guy and he'd like moan or something. I'd be like, bro, you're fucking gay. But I'd have to take his dick out of my mouth to say that.
Wait, so and how did you find each other? Like, because that's I would think at 11 years old to find another. Now, is this man now, is he bisexual as well, or is he fully
No, dude,
gay?
he's fucking married with Jesus tattoos.
He
went like the other way.
So how did you guys find each other then? Like,
You just kind of know.
You just knew. Interesting.
I guess. Here's the thing. A lot of guys have had experiences with other boys when they're younger. It's a part of like psychologically, it's like, how as a child lying is a phase, so they can test their reality and boundaries, see what they can get away with. Some guys and girls have that like sexually. And I know this because in 5th grade, I would go to the library and look this up because I was so afraid I was gay. And I hated myself for it. So, and I think a lot of guys have had experiences with that, or if it's not physical, they've like jerked off with their friends looking at porn. They think they're gay, and then they live with that their whole life. Just because you fooled around with a dude doesn't make you gay.
I used to not only do the circle jerks, but I remember one time with one of my friends growing up with, we just wanted to see what each other's penises smelled like. So we were smelling each other's penis and balls.
Shut up.
I mean,
Is that how you're paying for this haircut?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, my friend is Jeremy. That's why he dyed his hair blue, and he's become a full fucking lesbian.
He takes his pants off. He's like, I got to give you a high and tight.
So that's interesting that you say that, and it's actually cool. And I think for some of the guys listening who probably have never heard that said out loud, where it's like a lot of men have had gay experiences growing up, and it doesn't mean that you're gay. Like, you can just,
and then they think it defines them. And then I think a lot of them become over the top to overcorrect, and then they get rejected by a woman, and they like feel this anger because they're like, I got rejected, I'm fucking gay, I knew it. And
I think
it
more and more
doesn't make you gay.
I think Ian was born whatever it was 35 years ago, but is like represents a part of progressive future, and more men, I think, as the years go on, will be half a homo like Ian.
I totally agree.
And that's a positive thing.
So you hated yourself for being gay, you said, when you were younger.
Yeah, dude, I grew up Catholic.
When did you embrace the gay?
Like around 32.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a thing I'd die with. Like, I thought once I told people they'd hate me, whatever, and no, it's really no big deal. I mean, I get shit for it, but it's made me like tougher.
Of course. Well, do you feel now in your relationship with your girlfriend, like you're just so into her that, like, if you hooked up with another guy now, would you consider that cheating, or is that part of your life over, or you don't know?
It's over. She is everything I want in a person. And with guys, it was never intimate. It was never emotional. It was like
sexual.
A physical thing.
Yes.
It was just like alpha, like hunter and prey, like this sexual thing.
Right.
And I'm an alcoholic. I'm a drug addict. I'm totally sober. It was almost like a high. And guys are much easier to get than girls.
Yes.
You can order a guy to your apartment like seamless.
I know. Do you want one? What do you want?
Thai?
Do you want that?
We got Jamaica jerk chicken? Let's do it.
Yeah, we have a seamless. It's called TT Jerry, whoever he's with right now. The guy in the front seat. But it's interesting because TT Jerry has told us many, many times on this podcast, and granted, it was in prison, I know there's different dynamics there, but it's a lot easier than you think, she would always say, to flip a straight man to have a gay experience or two, because it's just sex. It's not like the stereotype of homosexuality comes from the media and television, all that, when really throughout history, you look back at history, there was, we've talked about it many times on previous podcasts, History Hyenas, on this podcast, but the Band of Thebes, the sacred tribe of Thebes or Band of Thebes, was a war party in the Greek army that would have sex with each other. The men would have sex with each other the night before the battle because they were like, it was like empowering.
What better way to bond?
That's what they said, bond. And they said, if I basically just had sex with you, I'll protect you in battle. So So it's this thing. It's like this scrutiny that comes over people when they're like, oh, ashamed of a gay experience. When I think now we're getting to the point in life where it's like everybody has them.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody. I think even the hardest guys have. You never had one, pimp, that you want to share? Liar!
Your sunglasses say otherwise.
Yeah, you're gay.
Shout out TT.
But that's cool because it's fascinating because you meet many bisexual women, but maybe there's a lot. You don't meet many open and proud bisexual men. That's what I'll say.
No, there are like none out there because there's a lot of shame for it and. Whatever, who cares? And it kind of pisses me off because all these different like demisexual, pansexual, blah blah. That's erasing bisexuality, which is basically all those things.
Right.
I like who I like when I like them. I do what I want when I want. I don't even really think like yes, I guess by definition I'm bisexual, but I'm just myself.
Yeah, you're who you are.
I've never felt a part of that like community.
Right.
And I always and I've never. That's how I'm like. I'm way more straight than I am. But I feel like it's a spectrum.
Sure.
And it's. I've never been attracted to a friend. I've never pined for like a friend at a sleepover. You know what I mean? Like
no.
I would never break that boundary. It's always been kind of like a one and done. I've tried to like I've dated trans women, but I've never dated like a guy.
See, I think like what you said, it really nailed it. Is you're you. Like this whole thing of, especially something like sexuality, you cannot put that in a box at all. That cannot be black and white.
Right.
Like it is so much. It's so much, and it should not be black and white. No more interracial dating.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding.
Yes. Finally, we're getting to it. We're in Staten Island.
Purity.
Where CRT is a battle cry.
I'm kidding. I know. All the neighbors come down like, what bisexual? Hit him. Let's hit him with the semolina bread.
Their pasta sauce starts bubbling.
Yeah, like, oh, the sauce is done because there's a flamer in here. What do you got a question, Pip?
I got a question. What was your most embarrassing gay moment?
Nice, embarrassing gay moments.
I don't know, like coming early with a Chinese guy in Norway.
Ooh, wow, bang a Chinese guy in Norway. That's awesome, dude. You'd have a better chance of seeing a reindeer.
Is it shameful to come early in a gay thing?
No, I get. Well, the
Chinese have tight assholes.
There was like
it's hard.
a ton of dirty talk and like a lot of shit, and then like I'm gonna blah blah and all night blah blah, and then like we started hooking up, and I came early, and I was like, I made an oopsies, and he was like, I'm just gonna go hang out with my friends.
Oh my God.
And I was just sitting there with like cum on my belly, like this. I gotta make different decisions.
That's interesting too. Yeah, because in Norway, like,
and one time, this guy at like 3 a.m. Here's a lot of gay guys. They're too big for their britches. They're super superficial, and like you have to look a certain way. Like at 3 a.m., this guy on Grindr, we were talking, and he sent me. I got a nice hog, but I sent him a pic, and he goes, "No, too small." And I was like, and I said, "Listen, pal. It's 3 a.m. and this is the best you're gonna get. So fucking let's do this." So I rode my bike to Bed-Stuy, and then we hooked up, and then afterwards I was like trying to joke, and he's like, "You're being weird," and I was like, "All right, well, I guess I gotta go."
That's funny. It's 3 a.m. It's the best you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything from gay sex that you bring to straight sex?
I think no, I don't know. I think being with everyone makes you a better lover because you're more attentive to people's needs. I will say I'm terrible at blowjobs. It makes me empathize with women. Right. That's a lot of work down there.
You do look like you're a handsome guy, but you do look like you'd give a very toothy blowjob. That's one thing I will say. And I don't know. But it seems, and also,
let me get under that little smock.
Come here, get up here, baby. You want a wart in your mouth?
Oh God, no!
So this is a wild pod. I love it. Speaking of warts, Alec Baldwin's back in the news. His wife and his wife Hilaria delete Twitter accounts days after Rust interview. So now they're deleting their Twitters. They're starting to back up. Alec, he might go to jail. Actually,
now you saw that he went on and got interviewed and claims he didn't pull the trigger, but the gun went off.
Which is not possible.
That can happen with an old style, like heavy hammer gun.
Oh, so he's actually not lying then,
So there's
Baldwin.
a
I don't think
conspiracy.
so.
We don't know right now. It's kind of weird.
Is it all distraction
Some of those
for
like
the Ghislaine
old
Maxwell
school
trial?
guns are
Is it all distraction?
or the George Soros funded DAs in liberal cities.
Yes.
Anyway,
Talk about that.
what?
What? He was telling us before the show started.
No, it wasn't. Jeremy was.
Well, he goes like this. He goes, yeah, man, we were just talking about something, and then Ian just pops out. He goes, yeah. He goes, and I'm pretty sure that George Soros is funding almost every politician and mayor and every
Daily
liberal.
UK, look it up.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, they're funding every politician and every mayor in every liberal city. Can I go out and smoke a cigarette? Like it got too stressful for you. Yeah. Dude, it's probably true though. At this point, it's probably true. And I got bad news for you folks. They said today in New York that 5 to 11-year-olds, in order to eat inside, are going to need a vaccine shot. So if you were planning your party at Chuck E. Cheese, the kid better be vaxxed.
Wow. Really?
Chuck E. Cheese has to get vaccinated, that rat pussy.
Oh, my God.
I swear to God, Chuck E. Cheese better come out with a fucking syringe in his arm like Big Bird did.
Dude, he comes out, they show him getting the vaccine, and then he turns gay and he blows a moose as a drummer.
Yeah, dude. No, so, yeah, because, it's one of those things where it's weird because your sexual experience is not rare, but how open you are about it is rare. And that's what sets you apart, not only in life, but also in comedy, because you're the only guy. I told him, I said, I feel like Ian could have a TV show if you wanted it.
Oh, yeah.
Because your life is wild. And you look like the look that you have is the look like if we were in the Amazon and some tribe that had never been outside the Amazon and they were like, what does a comedian look like? I would show them a picture of Ian. I'm like, that is the standard classic.
First thing an Amazon tribe asks when they realize there's life outside their tribe.
Yeah, it's this bisexual Jew face.
Like, where can I put this spear through my nose? And also, what does a comedian look like?
Yeah, I feel like you look like an illustration of a comic. Like, you're exactly what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah,
just
you're
glasses,
welcome.
fun mustache,
Yeah.
sucking cocks.
Bopping around, living my best life.
From Delaware.
Yeah.
Just a fucking mess.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
Fucking
no,
great.
and your energy is so great.
Thanks, man.
We were saying that you're like a guy, because comedy and entertainment and life, whatever you're doing in life, whatever your job is, these things are so difficult. It's difficult enough to be good at whatever your career is at. So people sometimes make it more difficult, and I think it's from insecurity, by being very difficult to get along with and being a dick and you don't do that. You're one of those guys where you're great on stage and then you're just so easy and chill to hang out with. So you get opportunities from that. And that's just like a good thing, in life, is like you're going to get more and more opportunities in whatever your career is if you're just an easy to get along with person. That's all you have to do. And what your power of that is if the boss is male or female, you could go down on either one of them.
Yeah.
And then just get promoted. So there's no, like, literally, if you're a human being with a pulse, Ian will suck it.
I'm knocking doors down going, give me a promotion. I don't care what you got down there.
Now, speaking of promotions, Chris Cuomo got fired from CNN yesterday or 2 days ago for the allegations of being involved with his brother Andrew Cuomo's sexploitation stuff.
What? Okay.
Go ahead.
Why are they getting fired for these sexual allegations, which are very... Cuomo was like, oh, you got your hair in a bun. And this one's like, fired.
Yeah.
But then he had thousands of people dying and all these different things that people were like, well, under the rug.
Yeah.
Like Cuomo, he didn't do his job with journalistic integrity by investigating his own brother for the deaths of thousands of elderly people.
Yeah.
And they're like, whatever, shit happens. And then the second something sexual comes up, they're like, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
This is wrong.
Because
how dare you?
Because I think, again, it's probably more stuff that society picks and chooses what they want to do and when you want to go down. Like, I kind of feel like all these people that have went down for sex stuff, the powers that be knew about it for a long time.
Right.
It's just, when are we going to drop the hammer on you?
Right.
So it's all, even if the people come out and say they're doing it because they're good people and things have to change, it's always to benefit you.
Right.
It's always in some way to benefit CNN, to benefit and now they all turn on each other immediately. The president, Jeff Zuckerberg of CNN, and Chris Cuomo were like notable, like, best friends. And now Cuomo's turning on on him and he's turning back on Kawhi. So it's all bullshit. But I do think he probably needed to get fired anyway, just because he never addressed, like, it hurts your journalistic integrity, I think, when your brother is involved in such a scandal.
Yes.
You have to comment on it as you commented on everybody else's stuff. And because you didn't, and it just puts you in a position where, you know what, it's best to just move on from the media and do something else. He'll have a podcast or a fucking cooking show, and then I'll try to be a guest on. I'm going to be a guest on the Nick Cannon show this week. God. I swear to God.
Really?
Yeah. They want to talk about, they created a panel to talk about toxic masculinity.
Shut up.
I'm the only white guy. It's me, Nick Cannon, DJ Envy, and somebody else.
Incredible.
Dude, it's like, yeah, man. They're like, hey, stay away from this, stay away from that, stay away from this, stay away from that. I'm like, yeah. And then as soon as those cameras roll, I'm going to let it fucking rip. I'm going to try to bomb just the way I bombed on the Wendy Williams show.
Oh my God. Nick Cannon's going to be like, hey, I'm going to say a lot of things about whites and Jews being cockroaches.
Yeah.
I'm going to read Farrakhan speeches. And then the second you're like, well, they're like, silence white.
No, that's what I want to do. At the end of the segment, I just want to be like, Nick, it's an honor for you to be here. I just have one question for you. Are Jews good people? And then let them just like, yeah. Oh God, dude, I'm gonna fucking bomb on this. Speaking of bombs, Elon Musk's haircut. What do we think? I actually don't hate it. But what do you think?
I mean, he looks like Roger Klotz.
He does look like Roger Klotz.
It's terrible.
Now,
also, he used to be a bald guy.
Yeah, that's.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, so it's not. So this is hair plugs, hair follicles.
I don't know, but dude,
he got robot. His hair is robotic.
Yeah.
But see, guys, they do this. I think because, listen, I think when you're so rich, like, what makes you happy? What's fun for you? You have to probably get a shit haircut and be like, let him just talk about me in the news a little bit, right? I mean, because same thing with John Travolta. Like, that's something I wanted to ask you. John Travolta, my friend has a theory who also is, I guess would be another bisexual man. But my friend says that because my friend is a very good looking guy, very muscular guy, says that he also followed a similar path to John Travolta. And we're like, okay, he said John Travolta and my friend had so much sex with so many women that they got bored of pussy and then went to guys. Yeah. Now, I say that might be true, but you're also, I think my friend is gay and just doesn't want to admit it, which is fine. It's his choice. But do you think that there's some truth to that? Can you get bored of women and just want to spice it up and then you try a guy?
I don't know. I mean, look at the way pornography has gone.
Right.
Like, to where it's such a weird world in pornography, where it's like all these different taboos are becoming mainstream, because I think people get to a certain point where they just need more, and then it gets weirder.
Yeah.
I stopped looking at porn, and it's been the
healthy.
best.
Because you look like you're in an extremely healthy relationship with your girl. Like,
I am. It's really nice.
I know social media doesn't show all the parts, it shows the good parts, but there was one post where you two were riding a bike, and I'm like, you can't fake that.
Yeah.
They're having like natural happiness.
It's really nice, man.
Which is awesome, man.
It's really nice.
I know. I'm
really happy.
trying to stop. I'm not watching as much porn, but the type of porn I am watching now is the anime cartoon. So yeah, that's why.
What?
Yeah, my girl was like, how do you want me to dress up? I was like, if you can just get in the metaverse, that'd be great. Can you go on the computer? Yeah. Dude, I've been watching anime porn, but I've also feel the same. I feel the same sickness with porn, and I feel that, like, the way I'm starting to feel about social media and have been feeling about social media for a long time, about how it's ruining me, it's going to ruin the society, it's going to it could ruin my relationship with my children. I do feel about porn.
Yeah.
I know that it's extremely unhealthy and toxic for you.
Well, like, dude, I you said the thing about me, like, being open about being bisexual. I'm also open about being, like, a recovering alcoholic and drug addict, because the most important thing to me has been, like, comedy and trying to be as authentically who I am on stage, and my life wasn't matching that because I had that, like, secret. And I definitely have boundaries and, like, things I keep to myself, but I try to live as authentically as I can, and it's made me so much happier, and I'm eliminating everything from my life that doesn't bring me joy, and pornography and masturbation doesn't bring me joy
You don't
anymore.
even jerk off?
No. I don't feel good about it.
Even
it
if you're
doesn't
just
make me happy
What if you're on the road alone?
That is tough.
Yes.
The road alone is very hard.
Yeah, I want to give
incredibly difficult.
I want to give a quick shout out to the Kimpton Palomar in Phoenix, Arizona. I gave the house cleaning service there a hefty tip because I did jerk off and come on almost everything. So I apologize.
Yes.
I was in a low place. I was very lonely on the road, and I'm the pillowcases, the sheets, the lamp. I really went crazy, but I was on the road feeling bad about myself, which is almost impossible.
Yes.
Because it's like, hey man, especially you being a recovering addict, it's either you're going to jerk off or you're going to have a beer. What's it going to be? Are you going to jerk off in a beer and drink it? You know?
I mean, I just call that college.
So what was your rock bottom?
For what?
For either.
Drugs and alcohol. Let's do drugs and alcohol.
How much time do you have? Let me tell you something. My bottom, I had a shovel and I kept on digging. You know?
Do you remember, was there a moment when you said, I got to get clean?
I do not remember the specific day I quit drinking because it was such an insane time that I just say like the second week in April.
How many years sober are you?
I haven't had a drug or drink since April 2015.
Wow.
But I'd been trying since 2008. And I'd get like sober time. And like I've lived in halfway houses. I worked in a halfway house. I lost it all. And I just kept, you know, like, I don't even really remember the last. I do have a picture of the last time I did coke, and my jaw is on the other side of the street. It is the most gnarly thing you've ever seen.
Can you send us that picture? Can we post it somewhere? Or is you comfortable with that?
It is. I mean, dude, it is. I have that and a mugshot that I'll look at and be like, nope.
Dude, the mugshot, I think when you do your first special, because it's coming, or some should be the mugshot.
Yeah.
Because how far you've come.
Oh,
you know?
totally.
Yeah.
But like, dude, I would do a thing where like, because I think like a big part of alcoholism and drug addiction when you're quitting in like your 20s and everyone else around you's doing it. And if you don't take care of yourself every single day, you start to go, oh, it wasn't that bad. I can do it again. I can, you know, and then like I would always just be like, nah, I got it, you know.
Right.
And like one time I went to this is crazy. And I don't know what you believe in like the universe or things outside yourself, but I believe I should be dead like 10 times over, and I'm not. And that's part of the reason why I'm like so chill, I guess, is because I know how bad shit can get. And not a lot matters when you put things in perspective.
Yeah.
And dude, I went to a meeting and I had whiskey in my car and I was like, all right, dude, when I get out of the meeting,
what year
I'm
is
gonna
this?
drink this. Oh, fuck.
This is years ago. This is
yeah.
Okay.
This is like 2015, maybe 2014.
So you're in that. So you haven't went fully sober yet. You're in that period of trying, going back and forth.
I would be sober for like 2 years. I lived in a halfway house.
Wow.
Yes. And I like started drinking in the halfway house.
Right.
And I wasn't taking care of myself. I was making other things a priority.
So what's different about this time being sober, or is it just the idea of?
Well, I got to hear this story. You're in the car.
Oh.
We got to hear the rock bottom story. You're about to tell a crazy story.
Oh, with the whiskey. Yeah. Do that first.
Well, this is like just crazy how I think there are like little winks and nods in the universe that are telling you like you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing, you know?
Right.
And you just got to be open to seeing them. And a couple things smacked me in the face and I was like, no, that means nothing. And then I kept going my route and it fucked me. Like I had whiskey in my car and I was like, all right. And I was like, I couldn't get a day sober. And I was like, all right, dude, go to this meeting. And when you get out, don't drink the whiskey yet. Go to the meeting. When you get out, go to the car and you can have your whiskey, right? And it was from the night before and I put like a little Coke in the whiskey, you know? Okay. And so I go to the meeting. I come out. I go to my car. The bottle of whiskey had exploded. I guess like the sun overheated, popped, broke. No whiskey all over the seat. And I go, oh shit, I got to go get another bottle.
So you didn't take it as a sign.
That was, instead of going, wow, that's a fucking act of the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, doing for me what I cannot do for myself. I was like, well, time to go to the liquor store.
Yeah.
So I went, I got another thing of whiskey. That night, I went out, I'm drinking a 40 on the street. These cops, God bless, back the blue, came up and they go, hey, you're drinking, you got to throw it out or we're going to arrest you. I go, okay, I'll throw it out. Threw it in a trash can. peeked around to make sure they left, went back in the trash can, picked it up so I could finish it. I go on the train. I'm drunk, asking strangers for heroin, and these cops come up to me, and they're like, dude, you're drinking in public. They go, look, we just got to run your thing, and if you got nothing, we'll let you go. Pour it out. I go, all right. Turns out I had a warrant for a fucking drinking in public. I didn't pay. I thought I paid, so they ran a warrant on me, and I got locked up that night. And it's all because I straight up kept 2 chances to something took alcohol away from me, and I was like, nah, I gotta get it back. And then I had a job interview the next day.
Oh my God.
And I'm in jail overnight in a cramped cell. Some guy's trying to fucking drink water, and he's going through the DTs, and he's shaking, and all these fucking people are throwing their oranges at him. And I'm I'm eating a ham, cheese, and mayo sandwich at 6 a.m. going to the other guys. I'm staying up all night. I'm like, when do you think we'll get out? I have a job interview. And they're hating me. So finally I see the lawyer in the cage, and all these guys know each other. And when they leave, they're like, they open the door and they're like, all right, stay up, fam, blah, blah. We're all friends.
Yeah.
And then when I see the lawyer in the cage, I get out, and I swear to God, this guy goes, good luck at the interview, faggot. So then I go to the job interview, and I hadn't slept, so I did a bunch of coke to fucking keep me up. I go to the interview, and the guy's like, how's your day been? Just in my head flashing, shirtless guys doing push-ups, calling me a fag. This guy's shaking and shitting. I'm trying to sleep on a bench with half my body on it, being like, well, when do we leave? And then I just had to be like, it was fine.
Oh my God.
And I got the job, and I lost it because I got the
Shout
job.
out that guy.
And you know who got me the job interview? My coke dealer, so I could keep paying him for more coke. Yes, dude.
Oh, I love it,
Yeah,
dude.
it was
And
gnarly.
that still wasn't your rock bottom.
No, I would wake up early so I could go to the liquor store to drink Georgie on the way to work, puke in the bathroom, and then go back and be a fucking mess. Sorry. Hell. Anyway, leave that name out. They still send me emails to be my financial advisor.
Well, dude, that's why.
Yeah.
See, you think
I'm swigging vodka, and then I'm having to tell people about the Pinsky files. I was like an administrative assistant. I didn't know what I was doing.
The truth is, like, a lot of the people that are working, especially now that have jobs, just know that they probably were doing heroin in jail the night before. Most people that, like, I always think of, like, people that, like, those kids that work in amusement parks, like, they're all on crack testing. And I'm like, really? Are me and my kid in this thing safe? Are we?
Yeah.
No.
They're nodding out.
Yeah, like, fuck.
Dude, well, it gives you so much empathy because I've been there, and I know how, far down the scale you can fall. And I've never begged. Although I did pass out one time. I didn't have enough money to get home, and I passed out in the street, and I held my hat out. And when I woke up, I had enough money to get back, which was awesome. But
That's
dude,
in Delaware. You
So that
no,
works?
that was on the Lower East Side. What? Yeah, this was like 2006. But
How much money did you get in the hat?
I don't know. I got like $12. I
Nice
could have walked
now.
home, but I just passed out. So
You know that I love Manscaped. You know I love shaving my balls, and I want to. I want you to shave your balls. I'm going to use Manscaped to shave my nuts and cock so smooth that I want, literally, when we're putting up ornaments on the Christmas tree, I want 2 of those ornaments to be my freshly shaved testicles. That's what I want, because I know Vinny's going to cut them off any day now. She's getting closer and closer. So I want, literally, like, that's a stocking stuffer. If you're not putting Manscaped razors in your stockings for Christmas, you're an asshole. Even, dude, honestly, you should be shaving. I can't tell you the pleasure. One of the best parts of my day is shaving my taint with Manscaped. The lawnmower, the Performance Package 4.0. I mean, dude, I've given it to all my friends. I would say, if you're my friend, you know that you've gotten a Manscaped. You've gotten some type of Manscaped product at some point for your birthday or for a holiday, and I've told you I've bought it, but I haven't. They send me stuff, and I give it to my friends. I take one for me, and then I give it to my friends. But honestly, Manscaped, if you're, just want to, I have my dick, my cock and balls haven't bled from shaving in a long time. They bled from masturbating and stuff like that, but they haven't bled from shaving. The crop preserver ball deodorant, dude, my ball, you got to see how good my balls smell. If you have crop preserver on and you come to the show, I want to sniff your balls. I'll do it on camera. And you can get a discount right now. And this is good for holidays. This is good. Go to manscaped.com/chaos. That's manscaped.com/chaos. Get 20% off plus free shipping. So manscaped.com/chaos, 20% off plus free shipping. I'm telling you, dude, you're going to love it. Say happy holidays to your freshly shaven cock and balls. Even Santa's shaving his cock for you to get down the chimney. Sometimes we talk about shaving your hair. Now we're talking about keeping your hair, okay? If you are suffering from male pattern baldness, which 2 out of 3 men will experience at some point in their life by the time they're 35, that's 50 million men. There are only 2 FDA-approved medications that could prevent hair loss, and guess who offers them both? Keeps, baby. Keeps. If you're a bald little ferret, bald little baby bitch, and you want to, and you see it, it's preventative. You start taking these pills, and then I'm telling you, in just a few quick months, your hair's going to start to grow back. It is unbelievable. It is low cost. Treatment start at just $10 a month. Prevention is key. Treatments can take up to 4 to 6 months to see results. More 5-star reviews than any of its competitors. If you want to take action and prevent hair loss right now, I'm talking about taking action to prevent hair loss, not taking action to prevent a protest. Take action to prevent hair loss. Go to KEEPS.com/chaos to receive your first month of treatment for free. Dude, it's free. So even if you don't have male pattern baldness, just get it. It's free, dude. Why the hell not? I would pop it. Just take it. I'll do one on the Chris and Eddie show. KEEPS.com/chaos. First month free. That's keeps.com/chaos.
I never really actively begged, but I know how it starts because when you leave jail, if you don't get your belongings, they keep it locked up. I had no money on me. I had no MetroCard. I didn't even have my wallet. And I thought for a second about just standing up and being like, ladies and gentlemen, I just got out of incarceration.
Oh my God. Start doing stand-up.
Oh, dude, I swear to God, at the time, I also had a job where I was an audience seat filler for talk shows. And I would go and they pay you and I would steal all the sandwiches to eat for the week. And so I swear to God, I'm at the Steve Wilkos show and I'm talking to some guy.
Oh, I love that guy.
And I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, oh, I just got out of prison. I was like, yeah, I just got out of jail too, trying to relate.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, what'd you do? He's like, years ago I set my mother on fire. And I was like, oh my God. He's like, what'd you do? I was like, drinking in public.
I set my mother on fire. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's who's in the audience in these shows. I set my mother
I hope
on
he's in the
fire.
audience for the Nick Cannon show.
Oh my God.
Dude.
Yeah.
No, but see, that's what I'm saying, dude. This is a freaking life and a story. And the thing is that's why I love talking to people and getting to, ask questions that maybe they've, never talked about before, because it's like we had a guy, Nems, a rapper on the podcast last week. He was fantastic. You ever seen on Bing Bong?
Yes.
We had Bing Bong on.
No way.
Yeah, it was great.
Fuck your life.
Fuck your life.
I love that guy.
He sat in that exact chair. Yeah. So he was saying because he was homeless for a little while. And He was saying that, listen, you walk past homeless people and you think of them as nothing, but we have a whole story.
Totally.
We're just at a point in my life when I was homeless. Yeah. And it's like you walk past so many people, and they have these stories where you're like, wow, whatever. And I kind of feel like too, what you were saying before, what I was getting to before is I'm reading this book that David Goggins book, Can't Hurt Me. You know that? David Goggins? No. He was on Joe Rogan's show, and he's like a Navy SEAL and just a phenomenal guy that uses his brain, taps into more of his brain. Mm-hmm. And I've been reading it. And, when you said you went through sobriety from 2008 to 2015, so many people just give up. So many people just give up, but you kept going.
Well, that's why I talk about it because, dude, I people, and that's the thing.
What's great about you, by the way, real quick, is you have have a mustache, but you do have women's arms. But,
what? These are fucking hammers.
No. And that's not. I'm not dissing you. I mean, women's, a women's torso you have. But
that's even worse than what you just said.
You're in good shape. You're turning me on.
Yeah.
But you're in good shape.
Your fucking smocks rising.
Yeah. I didn't mean that negative. I meant like a muscular, in shape woman's torso. Yeah. All right, go.
I love
Jeremy,
it.
don't laugh. Don't make a
love
sound.
it. I love it.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Jeremy's hands smell good, dude.
I
I'm
know.
telling you, if you were getting a haircut, you'd be sucking his fingers.
I know. He's fucking cute. He's mid-transition. I love it.
Oh, yeah, dude. You on estrogen? What's your gayest experience?
This.
Now, I'd love to know, like, how crazy did it get living in a halfway house? Like, what is that like?
Oh, it's fucking gnarly, dude.
What is a
did-
halfway house? I don't think a lot of people. I don't know.
So-
I've heard of it, but I don't think I understand it.
I technically lived in, it's called like a 3/4 house. It's an Oxford house. A halfway house has like managers, and you're very kind of like observed. This is more, it was all self-democratically run. So everyone in the house had a role. There was a chore coordinator, a comptroller, a treasurer, a fucking, president of the house. And each week we'd have meetings to go over the bills and all this stuff.
What was your role?
It switched. Okay. I was chore coordinator for a while, treasurer, comptroller,
Now, are you court mandated to have to live in the 3/4 or a halfway house?
No, like some people are.
So you chose to do that.
But my house was great. It was called the Emmett House. It was the Diamond of the North.
Yes.
Because a ton of these other houses, the turnover rate was insane. People were smoking crack in their bedroom, whatever. My house, really good sobriety, really good guys, but we let a couple people in, and I started a meeting in Delaware, in Wilmington, down the street from my mom's house. The same church, dude, this is crazy. The school I went to preschool is where I started an AA meeting years later. The fucking where my mom threw me a surprise 18th birthday party at a bowling alley is directly across the street from where I lived in the halfway house years later. It was like if only the bowling ball was a crystal ball,
Dude, that's freaking hysterical. So then you live in the halfway house and the 3/4 house, and the point is try to get off drugs there.
No. You got to be sober to get in there. And it's just like I wasn't taking care of myself when I was drinking and everything. And like, dude, you have chores you have to do. You have to check in. It teaches you how to be like an esteemable human. And you got to go to a certain amount of meetings a week and la la la. And dude, I have very fond memories of being in that house for a while because I really was of service in like that recovery community. It was great. It really gave me like, a big part of recovery is getting sober and then giving it to someone else, like helping someone else,
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Like as I've gotten older, I feel so much better giving than getting.
Yes.
I just want to
Yes.
give. That's all I want to do is give because I've gotten
we can't
things.
change any, like yelling at people, arguing isn't going to
No.
do shit. The only thing you can do is live a good life, try to make a difference in the little circle around you, and hope like a rock in a lake, it ripples and other people feel the ripple.
That's it. Yeah. And that's why, like, reading that David Goggins book, what you were saying, I was thinking about it because he had to go through, he was a Navy SEAL, became a Navy SEAL. And, that famous Hell Week where you go through, Navy SEALs have to get through the thing called Hell Week where they only get to sleep 4 hours in 7 days. And they wake up and they have to do 20 hours of physical activity. And it is crazy. Like, just if you don't know what Hell Week is in the Navy SEALs, Google Hell Week. It is insane. No. And if you don't make it through, because a lot of guys quit, like the hardest motherfuckers quit. But even if you don't quit, if you get medically, like you break your leg or you get pneumonia, you get sent all the way back. And that happened to David Goggins twice. And most times, if you get through it once, but then you don't complete the course, they have like a 99% nobody's coming back. They're like,
dude, the Constitution to have that happen and go back and the drive to do it again. My God.
Well, it's just one of those things where even reading that book, even knowing that there's a human being out there, and I know he's one of many, but just the fact to know that there's a human being out there that went through that 3 times, it's like I can get up and get on the elliptical for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like I can go do a few sit-ups and not, they put them in the freezing cold. He did it with double pneumonia, all these things. And so the power of the mind is like so insane. But the point is like he had a lot of setbacks too and he just never gave up. And you had a lot of setbacks and you just never gave up. And the truth of the situation is life, you don't know what's going to happen. Like you could your sobriety could fall again
It
one
could
day.
all go away in a heartbeat.
And then you just but then you just pick up the pieces and continue from there. Like,
yeah, but a lot of people don't. When
That's
you're
what
in
I'm saying.
rehab, they're like, look to your left, look to your right. The person on your left will probably die, and the other person will never be able to stop. Which person are you going to be? And you're like, holy shit, I'm, you
just have to continuously keep going. Life, I can't explain it. Just
Everyone
things happen.
does. It is so incredibly hard to be a human being, you know?
Right.
And some people are just born with brains that the wires are they're not soldered to the motherboard as well as other people's.
Yeah,
you know?
I really think like we all have pretty much the same experiences. Everyone's living pretty similar life. It's just different levels of it, different
and that's
times.
why it's fucked up to be like, well, you were this, so you can't even talk on it. It's like that's assuming I don't have empathy.
Right.
You're just looking at me. You don't know what I've been through. I don't know what you've been through. So don't operate on the level of like anger and hatred. Operate on the level of like, who knows what you're going through. I'm gonna be as nice and kind to you as possible because I don't know your fucking life.
Yeah, and we're also too, I feel like we're all like just chemistry labs. Like it's like you and I are friends now because our chemistry matches up. But 15 years ago, it may not have. So it's like somebody was like, they've been my friend forever, man. It's like, listen, people change. Your friend who was your friend in kindergarten, God willing, you guys are still friends, but I don't think it's like big. My best friends in my life I've met in the last 5 to 10 years for the most part. I have 1 or 2 friends who I've known for 20 plus years, and that's the rarity. But the most people are like, I'm pretty much, my brain, they say your frontal cortex doesn't fully form until you're about 25.
Yeah.
So I think your friend should be post 25. Yeah. Listen, Magic Spoon. I've talked about it almost every episode. I love them. They are the absolute best. One of my favorite sponsors. I eat their cereal daily. Pimp eats their cereal daily. It's the best. It's 140 calories a serving. It's got no grams of sugar, 13 grams of protein, sometimes 14 grams depending on the batch, and only 4 net carbs. It's a keto-friendly cereal. You don't have to feel guilty eating the favorite cereal you used to eat as a child. Magic Spoon the flavor is fantastic. I love they got cookies and cream, maple waffle, chocolate, cinnamon, peanut butter, apple cinnamon. I know all the flavors. I love this fucking cereal. It's truthfully awesome. Buy it as a Christmas gift, put it in your stocking, or just eat it, dude. Santa's eating Magic Spoon milk, and I'll eat a sliced banana off to the side. I don't even have to put it in the Magic Spoon cereal because Magic Spoon needs no improvement in flavoring. No improvement in flavoring at all. I will tell you that much. I love Magic Spoon, and I want to give you a discount. If you go to magicspoon.com/chaos, that's magicspoon.com/chaos, and use the promo code chaos, you're going to get $5 off your order. Magicspoon.com/chaos. Use the code chaos. Save $5. Send me a picture of your spoon.
December 10th and 11th, I'm going to be at Wisecrackers Comedy Club in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Check it out. Going to be a fun time. December 26th, 9:30 Club, Iconic Rock Club. I'm opening for the Pie Tasters, Kill Lincoln, and Catbite. I'm the fucking ska king of comedy, dude. You got to come check it out. And January 8th at fucking some venue, St. Vitus, I'm opening for Catbite, Jer, Teenage Halloween. It's going to be fucking awesome, dude. Come out, skank, laugh, have a good time. We're all going to die soon. You might as well come and have a laugh while the ship sinks.
HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. I'm telling you, I know how to cook now. I'm Chrissy the cook because of HelloFresh. It is awesome. I've made so many dishes. I mean, from everything, they have all their holiday specials. I remember in the fall, they had the pumpkin cinnamon rolls. Now they got balsamic and fig beef tenderloin, pecan crusted salmon, all these holiday meals, chicken sausage, sweet potato soup. I made some of the turkey that they sent for Thanksgiving. It was fantastic. And the dessert, you know me, I'm Chrissy Sweets. Even though I'm trying not to be a fat piece of shit, I love sweets. And the sweets that they have, which are pretty healthy for you, are so good. Ginger spice cake truffles, cherry cheesecake swirl bars, stick them up your ass. I love them. And it takes only 30 minutes or less to make a meal. It's so much cheaper than going out and ordering food. I spent $200 today on ordering food for me and the pimp. And all the pimp got was a salad. And all I got was a salad and 3 pizzas. You're going to save an average of $65 per month when you order at HelloFresh instead of grocery shopping. It's the best. And you're going to get I think the deal that HelloFresh gives us is probably the best value that I've ever heard of any of our sponsors. Listen to this. If you go to HelloFresh.com/chaos14 and use the code chaos14, you're going to get 14 free meals and 3 free gifts. So it's like, what do you want? You're going to get 14 free meals and 3 free gifts if you just go to HelloFresh.com/chaos14. You're going to get free food. All you got to do is put in the promo code. Free food. HelloFresh.com/chaos14. Use the code chaos14. 14 free meals and 3 gifts. I love it. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
And if you were drugging and drinking, it puts your development into a state of arrested development so that when you stop, you were still mentally at that age of when you basically started drinking.
Yeah.
So we're working with a lot of people whose brains are not fully working to the best of their capability because they're getting high all the time. They're fucking, drinking all the time.
Or if you got abused, if you got like some type of abuse in your life, like it'll mentally
I feel like I
stunt
was
you.
one head injury away from becoming like some sort of, we're all one traumatic event away from being a serial killer.
Seriously. Seriously. And it might happen. Dude, you as a serial killer would be hilarious. Dude, just out of your mind nuts. Because you'd be killing me. I'd be like, but your face looks so fun. It looks like it's just jokes.
Is this not the face you would want to see last before you die?
Honestly, I'd appreciate if I was dying, if I was in a bed, hospital bed, dying. That would be my last wish. Just somebody get me Ian's face.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You just shove your cocaine all over your beard.
Yeah. Good luck on your trip to heaven. Now give me your morphine.
Now I have a question because you seem like this type of guy. Any ghost experiences?
Yeah, we love this.
Whoa. I do love Ghostbusters.
Good movie. Do you like the new one with the kids?
Amazing.
Did
you see it?
I didn't see it, but
Bro,
a lot of people say it's
twice.
not good.
I cried. Who the fuck is saying it's not good?
People have said the new Ghostbusters wasn't good.
Who?
I'm forgetting. Annie Potts, who was in it.
No,
I'm kidding.
Don't you dare. She's
kidding.
an angel.
I
It
love
is
Annie
amazing.
Potts.
It hits everything that you want in a film, continuing the franchise that you grew up and loved. And the lead is a little girl, a black girl, a fucking whatever, and they never make any big deal of it. They're just people and characters that exist in this universe.
I love.
It is just natural.
Yeah.
And it's not this celebrated thing. It's just, no, they're people existing in
you
the
don't
world.
have to do the whole story like, oh, this black girl was mistreated by the
like
cops. Shut
Seth
up already.
Rogen's new Christmas movie. Have you seen the preview for that?
God, they're such fucking jerks.
It's like, if you're gonna make Santa a Jewish woman, cool. But to be like, there's enough white Santas, it's like, shut the fuck up
with
just
the
do
pandering,
it.
you pussy. Just if you really want the problems to go away, then just start subliminally putting it there with no problems.
Yes.
And then we'll all start to get along when you just have a Jewish and you just have a black girl.
When it just exists, you're living your life.
It starts to go away, but they don't want it to go away because they make money off the problems. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So it's like, it's all bullshit, dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, what do you, what size waist do you?
Well, I fluctuate between a 30 and 31.
Oh.
I ride a bike everywhere, but I hurt my back, so I haven't been able to get on the bike.
I was helping him out with his back.
Yeah.
Well, but you said a chiropractor got in there and just adjusted.
Osteopath.
An osteopath, right. And
Speaking of ghost stories, this guy is a spiritual ghost witch doctor healer. No.
Oh.
No.
No, mostly because mostly Asians are
Wait, are you talking about the osteopath or Jeremy? Because I don't know.
Because osteopaths are ones that, like, osteo means bone. So like they work with like the bones, and like he just healed. And I saw the way you got out of the car today. You're looking good.
Yeah.
Because before, I mean, Ian was walking with a cane 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was gnarly, dude.
Yeah, and
I've
this
never
is how
had
mean
pain
comics
like
are.
that in my life.
So one of the comics like, should we trip Ian? It'd be funny.
Hilarious.
I'd be like, he's like legitimate
That's
debilitated.
so funny.
And I was like, yeah, do it. Go to patreon.com/Christy Comedy. You want to see Ian just wipe out. Do you have a Patreon? Do you do that?
No, I need to,
Dude,
man.
the Patreon is the best. Especially,
I just don't know what the extra thing I give people.
Well, what we give on this show is we give an extra episode just like this, but it's like you kind of gotta, like, we go a little bit more wild, a little bit crazier, but we say I feel like, honestly, some of our best episodes are from the Patreon because it's for like a smaller group of people, but those people, paid money to be like a part of like our really like insular family. So we kind of talk like the mics and cameras aren't on the Patreon.
Great.
And I think it's a beautiful thing, not only for me and Pimp and as an artist, whatever, to just talk and be so free of anything getting canceled, whatever. But it's just like, it for the fan too. It's like, hey, I'm paying for like behind the wall access of this show.
And also, I've been forced forcing Chris to do edibles and
Yes.
drink.
No
on air.
way.
No, that's the best.
Wow.
So we were doing
Dude, maybe I could do a Patreon. If I get enough, I'll
Yeah.
relapse.
I was gonna say.
Whoa, I could do a podcast from Detox.
That's what it is.
That'd be great.
Hey, for only as little as $5 a month, go to patreon.com/Christy Comedy. We'll watch Ian relapse and ruin his life. Maybe he'll even blow a guy again.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Yeah, give all the money to Chris and just use me.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, hopefully he goes back to prison.
Yeah.
No, but
I'll spike my AV back like it's 2009.
yeah, dude. Yeah, don't even because the Chris and Eddie show. What we've been doing is we call
What's
it
the Chris and Eddie show?
So what the Chris and Eddie show is we started doing it where I would take an edible, which we called Eddie's, and I would say I'm gonna take an edible, and now we're on the Chris and Eddie show where I would zone out and go crazy. But now
Panic Attack City.
But
not do
but
it.
now it's morphed into not only take edibles, we got mushrooms we might take. The last one I drank with a 40. Sometimes we
Wow.
don't. Sometimes I'm not even on anything. I'm just talking to TT Jerry.
Wow.
And, you know-
Chrissy on the horse. It's
Yeah.
him injecting a hard one. And
But
seeing
dude,
how
have you
long
ever
it takes
done
you to
mushrooms, by
nod
the way, or
out.
psilocybin or anything like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Because we watched, and we talked about this last week on the podcast, but just someone, who's you've used drugs, they said that psilocybin specifically can really help cure anxiety and depression because
Totally.
it rewires and remaps your brain.
Totally.
It almost gives your brain like a fresh
Ketamine
coat.
therapy is, and that's the thing too. It's for years. I mean, like a big part of recovery came about because when they cured tuberculosis, they didn't have anything to put in the tuberculosis ward, so they just started putting alcoholics in there.
Really?
And then
Wow.
they didn't know what to do with these alcoholics, and then these programs of recovery came around, so they're like, okay, just do that. That seems to be working, and it wasn't touched medically, scientifically for decades, and now they're finally like doing physiological, biological studies on actual addiction, actual alcoholism, and they're finding that there's other ways to deal with it. Like there's a medication I got on called naltrexone, which is it's every time I would get sober, I'd still have this obsession. No matter what, I would do everything that I was being told to do, and I'd still obsess and still like want to drink, and I just couldn't, whatever. Because I also have chemically a lot of stuff that's not just addiction,
Sure.
And so a lot of this stuff is hardline. God bless it. It saves thousands upon thousands, if not millions of lives. But if you ignore the medical aspect or the gifts of what other psilocybin, ketamine can do, you're denying people help of living a recovered life.
Right.
But a lot of it is you have to go deeper than just stopping drinking. The worst thing you can do and the hardest pill to swallow is quitting drugs and alcohol and then being like, oh, I'm the problem.
Right.
Yeah. That's fucking scary.
That's the one.
Being more miserable in sobriety than you were drinking is a fucking gnarly, terrible place to be in.
But that's the only way to get out of it. Because then eventually you start to love who you are as a sober person.
But it takes so much work
Yeah.
because I've had emotional and spiritual bottoms way worse in sobriety than I ever did in alcoholism because the drugs and the drink anesthetize it. So
Right.
then when you're totally sober, you feel even more hopeless because you're like, I don't have anything to even run from this.
Right.
It's fucking
Yeah,
gnarly,
gnarly.
dude. But I'm grateful for it because all the shit that happened kicked my ass to make me work harder on myself to get to a better place.
Well, yeah,
and I never want to go back, so I just keep trying to do what I'm doing.
Well, that's what. I'm sorry, I keep bringing up this book, but that's what I do when I'm reading a book. I am through. They used to call me Chrissy eras because I'm just an eras guy. Meaning like I go hard with one thing for like 2 months and then I
Yes.
completely forget about it.
I love
I'm
it.
an addict too that way.
I love it.
But right now I'm going hard with David Goggins and this book Can't Hurt Me. And what he says is what you need to do, what we all need to do is any experience you've ever had that's horrible, all you got to think about is it's callousing your mind. Like when you lift weights in the beginning, the weights hurt your hands, but then you develop callus on them and it doesn't hurt you anymore. That's what happens with the brain. He's like, it calluses your brain. And then as you grow older, you should be, he says the whole concept of someone, or maybe he didn't say this as something I thought of, but the whole concept of as we're getting older, we're getting weaker is so bullshit. Where it's like you should be, as you're getting older, you're getting stronger because you're just getting experience after experience after experience.
Dude, one of my favorite quotes is from the woman that founded Adult Children of Alcoholics. Is this woman Claudia Black? She says, "It is never too late to have a happy childhood."
Wow.
And it's so much is about perception and perspective and how you view things. everything can be a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you're looking for negativity, you're going to find negativity.
Sure.
If you're trying to find the positive, you're going to find the positive. Which way do you want to live? You know?
Exactly.
And when you're living in this, grievance society of like victimhood and everything, you're going to live a miserable life.
Yeah.
And no one owes you shit, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. I used to really hate it, but my dad died when I was 8, and I had a lot of anger, and that kind of fueled like my drinking and stuff.
Right.
And I'm not like, hey, thanks for dying, dude. But it's
Right.
like I can find gratitude in it now because it made me who I am. But it took a lot of years to figure that out.
Yeah.
And the best advice I ever got was hearing like this too shall pass, and not even meaning like the bad times, but the good times too. And knowing that it's going to end and it'll evolve, and when it gets bad, that'll pass too. And it's all fucking how you deal with it,
Well, that's why it brings us to this, the closing. Actually, there was a whole reason why we wanted you on this podcast. Your dad didn't die. He just left the family, and he's back. Here he is.
Oh my God! Dad!
There he is.
Oh my God! I knew you moved to Staten Island.
Yes. From Cartel Hair Studio. Is he dead?
Give me a hug, Jeremy. I needed you for 30 years.
He's got turquoise hair. You fucking homo.
I knew I got it from somewhere, Dad.
Suck his cock. I love it, bro. Oh man, no, what a great episode, dude. Where can people find you next, man? At
Oh
a
my
brothel?
God. iAnimal69 on Instagram and Twitter. I'm on the road a bunch, and I got a podcast, Bye Guys, on Gas Digital. You should come and do it. It's really
I'd love
fun.
to do it. Who do you co-host it with?
Zach Amico.
Zach Amico, hilarious. I love Zach Amico.
So fucking
Is he
funny,
bi
dude.
as well?
Bi?
Yes.
Zach is
Wow.
bi. Okay, I
And
didn't know.
he's
Yeah.
married to a woman.
Yeah.
It doesn't define you, fellas.
Yeah.
And I have a Sopranos podcast with Sam Roberts called Sopranos Prima Volta.
I'm telling you.
YouTube.com/notsam.
What is it? /not Sam.
Yeah.
So what you
And
sh-
iAnimal69. I post all my shit on there.
iAnimal69, baby. So what I'm telling you, and I said this before the pod started. If you, and again, Chrissy eras, I'm in the zone. I'm all in on this. If you love Sopranos, start watching Yellowstone. Dude, Yellowstone is like the Sopranos, but in Montana. And Kevin
What?
Costner's James Gandolfini, dude. It's
What?
wild. Hopefully they die the same way.
Kevin Costner? He dies? Don't tell me that. I thought Tony lived forever.
No. Well, Tony Soprano, it's interesting. When you're done with the show,
Yes.
we got to have another conversation. I want you to explain the ending to me.
Yes.
Because it's still to this day, if you don't know what's on, we're not going to tell you. It's just, you kind of watch that show and you're like, wow, that could have went a million different ways. So, all right, guys. So that was Ian. We got Jeremy from, what is it again?
Cartel Hair Studio in Soho.
Cartel. Do you dye hair?
Yeah, I mean, look at my head.
Nice, dude. Yeah,
It's not really the best advertisement, but
Jeremy's a great guy. If you're in Soho, you want to get a haircut by this thing, then by this blue hair, he'll be great. No, dude, yeah, you guys can riot and then get a haircut. No, Jeremy's great. Did a great. I haven't seen the haircut, but does it look good? How's
fantastic,
it look? There it goes.
dude.
Jeremy
It's
kills
amazing.
it, dude. And he's gonna be So he's the man. Go to a Cartel hair studio. Right? Is that what it's called? Yep, Cartel Hair Studio in Soho. And yeah, man, ChristyComedy.com for all my stand-up dates. I'll be in West Palm Beach at the Palm Beach Improv. Then I'm on tour co-headlining with Sal Volcano. December 26th to the 31st, co-headliner. We got Texas, Missouri, Ohio, and then starting in January, baby, 14th, 15th, we got a comedy club in Austin, Texas. But then the 29th, we start with the Chrissy Theaters, everybody, CTE tour. First one, we kick it off with the Borgata. So, and we go all the way through May with all the theater dates. Check the city, ChristyComedy.com. Ian Fidance, Homeless Pimp, Jeremy, my family sitting in the corner. We love you, baby.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Bring Trump back.
Hell yeah.